In one word, how would you describe the process?
Collaborative.
Eccentric.
Sporadic.
Fun.
Entertaining.
Crazy.
Freaky.
Tuberculosis.
Very experimental.
Interesting.
Crazy.
Cooperative.
And it's different.
Hodgepodge.
Exciting.
How would you describe working with Lily?
With Lily? Yeah, it was great. It was great. It was really interesting to hear like her perspective, and I thought having someone kind of guide us along in the first like half of the process was really helpful.
Working with Lily is one of the reasons why it was so experimental, yet it stayed on track.
It's really great to have somebody to guide the process of devising and sort of keep us on track and keep everyone on the same page.
I think Lily was really fun to work with. She offered us a lot of really interesting points for us to jump off and create a very interesting adaptation.
It was really nice. I think it's always great to have an outside perspective.
Working with Lily was actually really great because she had such vast experience and like knowledge over the show, and then just in general like how to start the process of something. She had us do really interesting and involved projects to get us in the mindset of Frankenstein, which I thought was really great. It was really helpful to the process.
Oh, amazing, fabulous, wonderful, inspiring. I learned a lot from the whole process, so great.
Cool.
Something that I didn't see coming, but I realized that it was something that we all needed.
What was the process like in general?
It was a lot. I mean, we did really well when it came to it. We had everything scheduled and we like hit it hard and we did not stop, and we're actually finished pretty early, which is really nice. It's pretty interesting seeing the different mediums that we use and like how they just weave through each other.
This has definitely been like a different experience for me.
I think it was super fun. It was just like really nice to be very like creative and collaborative. And I think it turned out really well.
I think there was a lot of ebb and flow. We did a lot of dramaturgy at the beginning, so everyone was really familiar with the novel and Mary Shelley and her story. We took a long time really developing the script and doing all that work, and then really putting together the production has been kind of like fast forward. These last 4 weeks, we've really been making puppets, doing the screen, doing the videography, the animation. So it's been quite a whirlwind.
I really enjoyed working with so many of my friends and working with new people, of course. And it was really great to work with Davis. It was great to do all different kinds of art, especially with the pandemic. We were allowed to do so much more abstract and experimental types of work. What was it like working with the pandemic, and how did you overcome that?
It's weird because you don't exactly think of theater as a virtual art form.
I would definitely say working with people online was a little bit more challenging just because it's easier to like give feedback and, you know, work with other people when you're in person. But other than that, I mean, it was basically the same thing. Everyone is a great actor, and so it was really easy to work with them.
Cool.
Hectic. It's been really difficult trying to get everyone on the same page, but when we are, I find that it's like 1,000 times more satisfying.
It really allowed me to test my strengths and my abilities and my patience. So it was a lot of juggling things all at once.
It's definitely been a struggle, but it's also allowed us to explore kind of different techniques in involving the cast. We have students who are at home who are filming things, and we're using that. We have students who are at home who are the playwrights. We have students who are here who are actually the shadow actors of voices of students who are at home. So it's really been explored.
Interesting. I really like how the virtual people working, they wrote the script, which is really cool. You know, they really used like, hey, we're at home, let's get involved, let's make this show happen. And something like the best thing, I've sat down and had discussions with Savannah, who played Mary Shelley. She filmed half of the thing, like in the privacy of her own home. That's really impressive, and I really like how they stepped up.
It was actually really easy to work at home, and I think one of the things that made it the easiest was the fact that the app teams that we use for school, we all stay on that app. So even the people that are at school use that app, so we have one unified place to communicate from. That was always our like meeting up point to keep us like organized as a team. Just because of the nature of the process, it was easier to do it from home because it was more of just like finding research and presenting the research. It wasn't like I had to have dialogue or act with another actor, which I think would have for sure made it a little more difficult or a bit more challenging being at home.
So it was cool. It wasn't really something I had obviously done before, but it was nice to be able to like communicate with people online and hear their perspective, and then kind of like that to work here and like, you know, bridge that gap in a way through like our shared love for art.
My entire process of working on the show has been from my home, and that was not at all the barrier that I thought it would be. It was actually really freeing because we got to kind of dive into the different aspects of our skill set that we can work on this show collaboratively from home, and some people at school, FaceTiming with people to write the script, and having Ayana helped me film my scenes from my own house, and we did it masked and socially distanced, and we still got a pretty fun show out of it, I think. And without this whole process, without it being virtually, I don't think we could have done a short film.